Hello, good evening, friends and neighbors, brothers and sisters. Welcome. This is your Member Provincial Parliament, Faisal Hassan, joining you again. Another Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Before I begin our program, I want to acknowledge at this time the land that we now know as York Southwestern is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuits, and Métis. Welcome, brothers and sisters, neighbors, and friends. You're joining me, Facebook, Faisal Hassan, NDP, and Instagram, Faisal Hassan, NDP, and Twitter, Faisal Hassan, NDP, and LinkedIn, and also YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, you can do so. So you can also get instant updates as well when I am speaking at the legislature or debating a bill or asking government questions. So welcome, folks that are joining at the moment, and I just want to share a great news. Our own restaurant, local business, B490, in the stockyards, have actually won this year's 2 Readers' Choice winners. Diamond for the best overall service restaurant, and a diamond for best Vietnamese restaurant. And the owners, Hong Tong and Sang Nguyen, have generations of influence guiding their way. And congratulations for the hard work. You know, they have our businesses have struggled this year because and also the beginning of the pandemic, and they're doing their best. And this story is a wonderful story, folks, to share because this restaurant, 490, is in the stockyards. And please support local businesses and shop locally and spend money in our local restaurants in 490. And one of the best reasons they have won this award is because of their overall customer service, any restaurant in Toronto. So they are number one. That means in this year, 2021, in our community. So we are proud of the owners, Hong, Tong, and Sang Nguyen of the 490 restaurant in the stockyards. I say again to you, congratulations, and I was so proud to join them this afternoon as they have celebrated this achievement and also the contributions they're making in our community right here. So folks, visit and try, you know, the delicious food, and it is also the Toronto Star actually calls it the authentic Saigon flavors fit for the royalty at 490 in the stockyards. So congratulations again for your success and continues many years success of winning, diamond for the Toronto Star Reader's Digest. And as you know, Toronto Star is a reputable newspaper, and that is also something we are proud of, the achievement of our own local restaurant here in York Southwestern. So congratulations. I just want to share that on right away with you. And also this week was the World Diabetes Day. We also acknowledged them. This week was the World Diabetes Day, and we marked the 100th anniversary of the discovery of insulin by our own, from London, Ontario's Frederick Banting. As we celebrate this important milestone, it is important to remember that every 6 minutes, another Ontarian is diagnosed with diabetes. More work is needed to find a cure and finally bring an end to a disease that affects so many lives. And we need to support those researchers in our own and have our own Canadian and Ontarian perspective to supporting their work in our community. And also, folks, just an announcement that those young people of the ages of 16 and 14, we are also accepting applications for the second annual MPP Faisal Hassan Youth Council for York Southwestern, and are now open, so you can apply. And this gives our youth, young people, provides it an exciting opportunity for young people to highlight ways for our community can be better and identify ways we can support young people across this province, specifically our young people in York Southwestern. As I'm also the youth opportunities critic for the official opposition. So if you are a young person between the ages of 16 and 24 and are interested in making an impact in our community, you can actually fill the application and send to us, okay? Or you can write to me, fhassan-co@ndp.on.ca. Folks who are joining us on Facebook, Faisal Hassan NDP, welcome. And those who are joining Instagram, welcome. Some folks are saying that we are telling your followers that you have started. Oh, I see, that's a notification. And they're saying that we are telling more followers to join your video. Awesome, that's awesome. We welcome that as well. And those who are also joining us on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I know that we have also now reaching to the new platform, LinkedIn. Professional folks, they can also follow us there and also join us every Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. to hear your concerns as well, and also your ideas, and also the issues you're interested to share with me in these platforms. And I will be happy to try to reach as much platforms as we can to actually reach and hear what I have been doing in the week, as well as also to hear your concerns and also answer some of your questions. I know the pandemic has been hard and it hit our community harder. And I know that many of members of our community have struggled, and especially small businesses and families, and we need to make sure that we support them. And folks, welcome. This is your member provincial parliament, Faisal Hassan, your member provincial parliament, and I join you every Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. to hear your concerns and also share with you what I have been doing on your behalf at the legislature, as well as also in the community. And if you haven't heard about it, also I want you to share with you about the success of our own local restaurant that has won Toronto Star's Reader's Choice winners. And they have also this year's 2 Reader's Choice winners are 490 in the restaurant in the Stockyards. And they have won Diamond for the best overall service restaurant and Diamond for the best Vietnamese restaurant. And that's something we are proud of, these restaurants owned by Hang Tong and Sang Nguyen, who have really had a vision and have done so much contribution in our community. And now they have won the best restaurant in customer service. They are number one, and we are proud of them. And also the best Vietnamese restaurant and overall service, a best overall service restaurant in Toronto. And I think that is also something we are proud of. Congratulations. And if you are close by in the stockyards or anywhere in our community, please support them and visit them and also test their delicious food there. I was also fortunate and proud to join them this afternoon to celebrate this achievement. And I thank them for inviting me, and also wish them many, many years of success. And they make us proud in our community. I know small businesses have struggled and they're still struggling, and we need to support small businesses. That's why the official opposition have called for a third round of support for small businesses, because small businesses and mid-sized businesses have struggled, especially restaurants and small businesses in general have struggled. We need to support them. And we have also realized during the pandemic, the Premier and the BC government have favored more big box stores were opened and small businesses were closed. And now we need to make sure that we do support them. And please shop locally and support our small businesses. And this is something, we are proud of that achievement right here in our community. And that's also the hard work of Hong Tong and Sang Nguyen. And please send them also congratulations to them as well. Or if you are in the stockyards, visit them. It is an excellent restaurant, and try their food as well. Especially this, the farm. Try that, and it's excellent soup. Well, folks, that's just updates in the community, and I just want to update you quickly what I have been doing this week. And as you know, housing affordability has been the biggest concern of our community for some time. Residents of York South-Weston have struggled under the weight of the housing crisis for years and have been looking for a leadership from the provincial government to get a grasp on the situation. And the dreams of ownership are evaporating. Tenants are struggling with poor maintenance and insufficient housing. Rents are skyrocketing, and more people are having their lives turned upside down by evictions and renovations. And this government and the Liberal government before them have failed to address the problem in any meaningful way. And we know why that is. I just give you a bit background on this. In the 90s, we had a Liberal government headed by John Crochet and Paul Martin. They have said we have nothing to do with housing altogether, and downloaded it to provincial governments. And here in Ontario, then we had a Premier, the Progressive Conservatives, Mike Harris, and then Erin Eves, and then we have the Liberals and Dalton McGuinty and Kathleen Wynne. They have also downloaded into municipalities. And municipalities like the city of Toronto, our city, cannot handle housing issues. And this is where the crisis started. And now we see the new the government now, headed by Justin Trudeau. They are now, for the first time, they have appointed a housing minister. Here, the local MP. We have been trying to reach him and trying to write to him to meet and also talk about many issues affecting in the crisis in housing. We will give the benefit of the doubt and see what sort of plans they have about housing, especially here in Toronto and across this province. And this, we are looking forward to work with them and to tackle those housing issues that have been the crisis that has started under the John Crochet and Martin in the 90s and continued the downloading from Mike Harris and Erin Eves and Dalton McGuinty and Catlin Wynne, 2 municipalities. We know that the municipal governments are doing their best. The waiting list for affordable housing is over 100 and thousands in city of Toronto alone. And it's not only the city of Toronto, it is all municipalities across Ontario. We need to do something about it. And the Canadian Real Estate Association says 2021 was the busiest year ever for Canada's housing market, with average selling prices in Ontario rising 23.2%. Imagine. And quickly, there are folks who are joining, and they are also sharing comments. And I just want to quickly first go to the Facebook comments coming from Brandon. And Brandon says, quickly, he says, start next week, a couple of TTC bus routes here in New York Southwestern are going to be affected, he says. The routes that are going to be affected are bus 32 Eglinton Western, 41 Kiel, and also 512 St. Clair, 89 Western, 189 Stockyards, and 941 Kiel Express bus routes are going to have service reduced next week. Do you think these routes should be reduced next week? And that's a very good question. It's a simple answer, no, Brandon, because our community rely on these buses. They rely on buses on Jane. They rely on Weston, on Kiel and Eglinton and Stockyards, and all these buses are essential. It moves our community faster to go to work and other places. We know also most of our community, the jobs are away from our community. Reducing these services is not the solution. We need more services. We need more routes. We need more services. And please contact your city councillor, Frances Nanziara, and tell her we need more routes, more services for buses in our community. And I absolutely, Brandon, I would say that we need more services. And I know that now we are getting from Eglinton cross towns a couple of stops, and these are the first time in our community. We need more transit. And that's why many members of our community are relying on driving. And driving also, we have seen, Brandon, because of the auto insurance costs, because of the postal codes, because of where we live, we pay higher premiums. And that is also wrong. So I say a simple answer to that, no. We need more service, we need more routes, we need more hours of these buses taking our members of our community to work, home, and other places for shopping, etc. We have a lot of seniors also who rely on these buses as well. So reducing them is not the solution. Please contact your city councillor and urge her not to cut it, and also to make sure that these routes are also have more frequent timing, so that our community has a stable transit system. And NDP government will be a partner to and also will support transit to make sure, especially in our community, that we need more transit moving people to work and other also services for them. Quickly also on Instagram, Issa says, this time we need NDP Premier, since the Conservative and the Liberals failed to deliver their promises. Well, thank you very much, Issa. And Andrea Horvath is ready to lead. And I'm proud to be part of her team and member of the official oppositions. We are ready to govern. We have the experience. We have the team ready to take and lead this province and put people first. And join us, please, and join us to deliver that June 2nd. Thank you for your question. And here Hussein says, hello, Faisal. How do we crack down on the wealthiest millionaires and billionaires, as they would live off loans that they get from banks to avoid paying income tax? Well, I think I always say, Hussein, that we are all in it together. You know, we have to work together and to make sure that our billionaires, our millionaires, and those also who are struggling, are in it together. But we have also seen in the pandemic that it did not affect the same, So we need to make sure that all of us are paying our fair share of taxes to make sure that we have the services that we need in our community. So I will say that we need to work together to make sure that we are all in it together to help those who need the most, and also asking our billionaires and millionaires also to pay their share and do their part. Some of them are doing that, but we need more of them doing it. Okay? Well, thank you for your question. And thank you. Abdul says, thank you. Well, thank you, folks, for joining me. And just give me a minute. Thank you for joining me. And those of you who have just joined, you're joining your Member Provincial Parliament, Faisal Hassan. And brothers and sisters and neighbors and friends, I join you every Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. to bring to the concerns you have, to also update you what I have been doing, and also to listen and also share your comments and take some of your questions as well. It is not surprising, folks, to learn that Premier Ford is only now starting to look at solutions to the problem. But it is disappointing to the multiple of people who have been demanding action for decades. The polling firm that provides research for Conservatives is surveying Ontario voters for their views on policies pertaining to housing availability in preparation for June's election next year. I'm pleased that the issue is finally getting some attention from this government. But after all that people have been through during this pandemic, it should not have taken the threat of losing power to push the government to act. The government was willfully ignored this crisis and have only made matters worse. It is too late. It is too little, too late. I have spoken repeatedly about this issue in the House, and our team has done more than simply criticize this government for its failures. We have put forward concrete ideas and proposals to solve the crisis and provide hope and opportunities to Ontarians. It has been over a year since the release of our Homes You Can Afford housing plan, and we continue the fight. And we have proposed solutions. So folks, if you haven't seen our Homes You Can Afford a housing plan, you can actually just check it out, Ontario NDP, and also you can also search in any engine, Ontario NDP housing plan. And there you have it. And if you want a copy, you can just email me, Faisal Hassan, Faisal-Hassan-co@ndp.on.ca. And the Rent Stabilization Act would ensure, just give me a minute, that when a new tenant moves into an apartment, they will be charged the same rent as the previous tenant. I was honored to introduce a bill with my colleague, MPP Sarah Singh of Brampton Centre, to enshrine housing as a human right in Ontario. Everyone deserves a decent home they can afford, while this government continues to favour policies to support and enrich wealthy developers. Residents of York Southwestern are correct to wonder when their turn will come. The issue is too important to put off until the next election, and I am committed to playing a constructive role in dealing with the housing crisis. We need to tackle it now, not just wait until June 2nd, because we can't afford to do that. And folks, those of you who are not aware of, the Western BIA in Western Village is organized a winter fest. It was happening in the in John Street in Artscapes Center. So folks in front of Artscapes Center there, and I'm going to be there tomorrow from noon to 5, and also Saturday and Sunday. So join us from 5 p.m., sorry, from noon to 5 p.m. So that is also the Western BIA's Winterfest. And I would like to thank Audrey, who is doing a fantastic job as the BIA coordinator there, putting together a fantastic a celebration of a Winterfest there. I was also there today, and there were so many activities, so many things. And tomorrow also there's going to be vendors there inside the Artscape Center. So you can also come on Saturday from noon to 5. You know, it's exactly the right time to, you know, to plan to visit there. So, and if you are planning to join us there, I will be happy to also meet you there. I will join my team there and we'll be happy to receive you. If you have any questions, please also join us there as well. Quickly, Hussein says, Faisal, is there applications for affordable housing? If so, where can we find it? Oh, applications for affordable housing? I mean, I don't know your question. I didn't understand clearly, but you mean access to housing applications? Is that what you mean? Access to housing applications? And if that is, you could just check out online access to housing application. You can just register. Now they are moving away from their old system. Now they are moving into a digital system, paperless system, which I think it's very difficult for seniors at the moment, because seniors and people, elderly people who don't have access to computers and that will be difficult. They should be able to accommodate, and I don't know how they're going to do that, but now they're moving into a paperless system where everything is digital. What it means is you're going to go to access to housing, and then you use your email, you create your own password, then you access their system, then you write your application, you upload your last year's income tax and your legal status. Whether you are permanent resident or Canadian citizen, whatever your status is, you upload that into the system, then they will confirm. And then I think also you have to also select building preferences and so on as well. And that's also another way you can do it. I hope I answer your question, if I understand your question clearly. Folks, childcare is an important. We have seen in the 30 years, the Liberals were promising a childcare plan. And now it's an opportunity. This government, Ford Conservatives, to actually sign a childcare that is a $10 per day. And today we learned, and this week rather, we learned that the Alberta government has reached an agreement with the federal government to achieve affordable childcare at an average of $10 per day. Here in Ontario, parents are drowned in the highest childcare fees in the country, and they cannot wait any longer for relief from these mortgage-sized monthly costs. It is very expensive in Ontario, and it is the highest childcare fees in the country. The government must stop dragging its feet and move swiftly to help parents deal with sky-high childcare fees in this province and sign a deal. It is important for families and will be vital to our economic recovery from COVID-19 pandemic. Families with young children continue to wait as the government deters on a childcare agreement with the federal government. Ontario's childcare rates remain the highest in the country, and as the last province in the nation without a deal, parents are left scratching their heads. The opportunity for $10 per day childcare in Ontario is vital for our economic recovery, and we should not be delayed any longer. I continue to urge the government to make this important deal so we can start the process of creating a program that has been denied to parents for far too long, and get a deal, sign the deal. And that's what we need this government to do as soon as possible, because it is the right thing to do, and that's what families and Ontarians need. And we, the official opposition headed by Andrew Horvath, we are committed making sure that we implemented it. We need to implement it now before the election, and an NDP government will definitely sign a deal for $10 per child. Folks, those who are just joining, you're joining your member provincial parliament, Faisal Hassan, and I join you every Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. to tell you about the work I have been doing on your behalf at the legislature and also in the community. And also hear your concerns and take some of your questions and read also some of your comments. You are joining in LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, and also a Facebook page, Faisal Hassan, NDP. Well, welcome, folks. Well, the cost of living is becoming, and it has been, very expensive. The cost of living in our province continued to skyrocket. Under the previous Liberal government, under Dalton McGuinty and Cutland Wynne, hydro went way up. Childcare costs continue to climb, and they failed to regulate gas prices and take on auto insurance rates. The Conservative government has continued this approach and compounded the issue by holding back minimum wage for 3 years and cancelling also paid sick days. Finally, Cutland Wynne has passed on about 3 days, and as soon as the Conservatives came in, he cancelled that and passed 2 days of paid sick days. We need 10 days, folks, and we need to do that immediately. And I'm also disappointed that the government chose to vote against a motion to reverse a low wage policy and tackle Ontario's cost of living crisis. When combined with increasing housing costs and a failure to act on childcare, families are continuing to pay hefty prices, and this is unacceptable. We need to make sure that we tackle the cost of living, and it is becoming affordability a difficult issues. And folks, an NDP government will be put that a priority number one. Yes. Well, thank you for joining me, folks. You're joining your member provincial parliament, Faisal Hassan. And those who are joining us Instagram, welcome. Those who are joining us LinkedIn, welcome. And YouTube, welcome. And also Twitter and also Facebook, Faisal Hassan, NDP. We know that our businesses are struggling, especially during the pandemic and prior to the pandemic. And those who have been struggling prior to the pandemic was Kilsdale's small businesses there because of the Eglinton Crosstown. They have struggled. These businesses continue to suffer across York South-Weston. And those in the Kilsdale community are recovering from traditional burdens associated with the constructions from the Crosstown LRT. Aside from the meager support such as the free window cleaning, this government has not done enough to support these mom and pop shops weather the storm. I will continue to advocate for direct financial support for these struggling businesses, including a much needed third round of the small business support grant that leaves fewer businesses on the outside looking in. So we know that the small businesses need that support, and we know that on the pandemic, they're struggling. We've seen Perfectly Plain gone, women-owned restaurant, With gone, women-owned restaurant, and many, many, many more in our own community. We know the pandemic hit hard women and BIPOC people, and we need to make sure that we support these small businesses. They're struggling now, and now is the time to support them. A third round of small business grants it needed to support them now, not later. We need to support them now, and also to help these businesses recover after the pandemic. We need to do that, folks. The economic impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic have affected people in New York Southwestern in a variety of ways. For individuals on fixed incomes, the price increases and inflation we are witnessing are having a drastic impact on their livelihoods. This is true of individuals on ODSP, Ontario Works, and seniors in our community. When I meet with elders, their stories are painful and harrowing. We all recall the devastation we witnessed in long-term care, but the damage extends outside the walls of these facilities. The mental health impacts of isolation resulting from lockdowns are real. Delays in medical procedures inflicted further physical harm, and today seniors are left wondering when they can receive the vital eye care that they deserve. The government refuses to negotiate with Ontario's optometrists, and seniors are feeling the impact of their negligence. After decades of hard work and sacrifice, seniors are entitled to live their lives with dignity and deserve a government that will support them. It starts with the creation of an independent, non-partisan advocate that can hold future governments accountable for seniors. It requires a system that supports aging Ontarians. Whether they, I want to just welcome quickly on Instagram, Western Smooths Cafe. Just join us on Instagram. Is one of our also small businesses in Western Road. Folks, smoothie, they have best smoothies here in Western. Help them out, shop locally and support them, okay? Well, thank you. It requires a system that supports aging Ontarians, whether they are age in place or across safe care in long-term care homes. As we have outlined, as you know, in our plan for long-term care and home care, please, if you haven't read them, please read it. You can check it, ontariondp.ca, or you can use any engine, research engine, Ontario NDP, our long-term care home care plan. We can no longer allow private companies to profit off the backs of our seniors and must shift to public and non-profit models of long-term care facility. It means ending the excuses and striking a fair deal with optometrists to end the suffering of elders looking for a basic eye care. They deserve a greater financial support and government that is focused on making life more affordable. They deserve a new deal that honors their contributions and respects their dignity. The tragic truth is that 1/3 of the people on Ontario's housing waiting list are seniors, and they are increasingly relying on food banks just to be able to survive. Tepid increases to government support aren't enough, as we all watch the cost of housing, food, auto insurance, hydro rates, gas, and variety of household basics climbed through the roof. On this week, we, the official opposition, presented a motion at the legislature to take on Ontario's cost of living crisis and provide relief to families struggling to make ends meet. Unfortunately, the government voted against it, further delaying urgent action on this important issue. When I return to the legislature this Monday, I will be echoing the concerns I have heard from elders in York Southwestern and demanding action that will benefit them and all Ontarians. After everything they have been through, it is time we treat seniors with dignity and respect they deserve. Folks that are joining, welcome, folks. Kalshali, welcome. And also folks who are joining us also on Instagram, Binky, welcome. And also Bernice Costa, also welcome. And also among others who are joining us on Instagram. Thank you for joining us there. And folks, you have been joining your member provincial parliament, Faisal Hassan. I join you every Saturday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And also I want to also hear your concerns and also to address also the issues important to you as well. And also so I take also your comments. I also share your comments with the community and also answer your questions as well. Folks, I just want to share with you the good news about the 490 restaurant in the stockyards that have won this year's two Readers' Choice winners, and that is a diamond for a best overall service restaurant and diamond for best Vietnamese restaurant from the Toronto Star. And Toronto Star is a reputable newspaper, and we are proud that the 490 restaurant that has won this award. Congratulations, and I'm also honored and proud to join them this afternoon to celebrate with them this achievement. The owners, Hong Tong and Sang Nguyen, has done a fantastic job. They had a dream and they have done a fantastic job, and we are proud for them to put our community on the map. And definitely, you know, we need to support our local businesses. If you are around in the neighborhood and also close by or neighboring communities, please check it out, this restaurant. It's in the stockyards. It's 490 and it is in the stockyards on Western Road. So check it out. They won the best overall service restaurant, Diamond. They've also won the best Vietnamese restaurant, and that is a lot of hard work, folks. And please support our small businesses. And the competition in restaurants is actually about the food, also a customer service. And they are excellent in that. They have won this year's 2021 two Readers' Choice winners, and diamond for best overall service restaurant in and also a diamond for the best Vietnamese restaurant. And you know that Toronto Star is not only Toronto, people read across the country. So this is a great achievement, and I would like again to also send them here congratulations. And folks, if you have the opportunity, please support them, visit and try their dishes. They are excellent. Okay, well, thank you, and thank you also Han Tong and Sang Nguyen for making our community proud, and thank you for your contribution. And the government, folks, has announced that high schools have been given the go-ahead to return to a normal 4-course a week semester starting in February. Quickly, Bing says, whoa, congrats. Well, thank you, Binky. And yes, it is, and it was a success because, you know, imagine starting about a business before the pandemic and also having the issue of the pandemic, closing down, opening, closing down, and now they are a great success story in our community, winning 2021 the best overall service restaurant in, and also for the best Vietnamese restaurant in our community. And that's a great achievement. We congratulate them, and we also thank them for their work in our community. but also, folks, support them. Visit there and join them also and spend your money locally, folks. Thank you very much. And thank you, Binky, also for joining on that. Quickly, before I take the questions from Brandon, I just want also talk about the government announcement that high schools have been given the go-ahead to return to a normal 4-course-a-week semester starting in February. And that is next year. They will finally be providing every student with 5 rapid tests for the holidays as well. Well, this is a welcome development. It is far overdue and does not address parent concerns and teachers with large class sizes and further budget cuts on the horizon. This government alone have cut $500 million, on education in this fiscal budget of this year alone, and this is unacceptable. We need to invest education, not to cut education. And I will continue to advocate and insist that local schools get the resources they need to keep our schools and students and staff as safe as possible. And that should be number one priority for all of us. And quickly here, Brandon says that now that Healthcare Canada approved the Pfizer vaccine for children ages 5 to 11, he says, do you think the children ages 5 to 11 should get the vaccines now? Well, I mean, now it's a great opportunity, Brandon, that now that Health Canada has approved Pfizer vaccines, now the kids now have vaccines available to them if they want to. So that's the success story, Brandon, and it's a good news. So I will say that it is now available in Canada, and it has been approved by Health Canada for Pfizer vaccines for children ages from 5 to 11, and this is also further protects also our youngsters from COVID. So that's a good news in my opinion. So it's available, and if they want to, they can take it. Okay. Well, thank you for joining. I have joined you from 7 p.m. To 8 p.m. and I join you every Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. to hear me, your concerns, and also address as well for any issues you have. I just want to give this a tribute quickly to the our own restaurant that has received Reader's Choice Award from the Toronto Star. And if you haven't read, please take your copy from the Toronto Star, and this is an excellent, and it says authentic Saigon flavors fit for royalty at $4.90 in the stockyards. I'll just read some of the quick article so you understand if you haven't have access to it. For $4.90, combining regal quality recipes with customer service that treats customers like family just comes naturally. And after all, co-owners Han Tong and Sang Nguyen have generations of influence guiding their way, which lead to this year's 2 Reader's Choice winners: Diamond for Best Overall Service Restaurant and Diamond for Best Vietnamese Restaurant. At the root of it all is the food, and this is, folks, from the Toronto Star. And $4.90 specializes in presenting the classic flavors of Saigon. Many of the recipes came from Nguyen and also Tong's own families, including some with royal provenance, like the restaurant's Bun Bo Hung. And this is a quotation I would like to share with you. And my great-grandmother was the family from time to time got a visit from the king and queen. Tong explained, every time the king and queen made a royal visit to his place, then the whole royal kitchen team followed them. My grandmother was the daughter-in-law in the family. She learned from them. The recipe was the choice of the very last king and queen of Vietnam. And that is a great. And Nguyen, who is responsible for all the kitchen quality control, and Ton have been friends for decades. Nguyen's family specialized in southern dishes. And another quote here says, we have been good friends. And this is Hong Tong and Sang Nguyen. We have been good friends for many decades. We are both boat people, refugees who fled Vietnamese communist rule from the mid-70s through the early 80s. He added, he came from the same city, we came from the same city, not too far from each other. We share the same culture, the same history. And my grandmother and mother, my grandmother and mother were good cooks. So I just applied their generational learning to the restaurant's recipes. Both Nguyen and Tong are committed to replicating that history on the plate with dishes like pho using the classic 1950s recipe, broken rice, vermicelli, banh ming, seti beef noodles, and the formation ban bo ho. There is no fusion here, Ton added, and these are flavors and recipes from classic Saigon. But don't take Tom's words for it alone. His customers, especially those who know what authentic Vietnamese food tastes like, are proof of both the restaurant's quality, faithfulness to traditional food. Based on the feedback from people who are originally from Saigon and South Vietnam, they tell me they can tell the difference in quality, he said. And the seniors, they grew up in Saigon. They can tell the authenticity. Though coming late to the industry, both owners have demonstrated their passion for the culinary arts. Nguyen left a 20-year career as a realtor to devote himself full-time to the restaurant. Tong, who is a community mental health worker and recipient of the Queen's Jubilee Medal, is dedicated to the restaurant on evenings and weekends. Growth and success have followed as 490 combines an upscale environment with classic family recipes, and that is complemented by rigorous devotion, superior customer service. And all my staff have formal training in hospitality, Tong said. They strongly believe the customer service is important. We are all on the same team and share the same beliefs. We treat our customers as a special guest to our family. And that caring attitude extends to how proactive Tong is when it comes to safety and training. Tong is a food safety national instructor, and his team is fully trained in customer service, culinary training, food handling training, CPR, first aid, food allergies, WHMIS, COVID prevention. 490 is also a certified T similar. To bring the best experience to our customers, we have hired an experienced chef specializing in North Region food. When you visit 490, you will have a variety of choices of authentic Vietnamese cuisine. 490 is situated at 90 Western Road. Inside is Stockyards Plaza. Well, folks, for more information, you can also visit 490.ca. And this is, folks, a coverage of the Toronto Star, and they have won this year's 2 Reader's Choice winners, Diamond for Best Overall Service Restaurant and Diamond for Best Vietnamese Restaurant. This is a reason, folks, to visit this restaurant and support them. We are proud of their contribution in our community, and also their success is also makes our community happy and proud. I say again to them, congratulations. and thank you for inviting me this afternoon to celebrate with you and also the community. Well, thank you. And they, you know now the address is basically is 90 Western Road. So it's right close to the inside the stockyard. So please check it out, folks. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me, folks. You're joining your member provincial parliament, Faisal Hassan, and I join you every Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And those who are joining us Instagram, well, thank you. And also those who are joining us also LinkedIn, thank you. And YouTube, thank you. And also Twitter, thank you. And also my Facebook page, Faisal Hassan, NGB, thank you. I will be joining you again as usual, every Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. to hear, of course, your concerns and to take also some of your questions. And those who have just joining me, Instagram, many roots, welcome. And also Hershey, also a welcome for also joining Instagram. And yes, so basically, if you don't know, my also office is located 1965 Western Road, and my phone number at the constituency office is 416-243-7984, and also you can also email me at fhassan-co@ndp.on.ca. And I just also from Facebook, Brandon have says, see you tomorrow afternoon at the Western Winterfest. Yes, thank you, Brandon. Yes, folks, tomorrow, I've actually started today, Friday, from noon to 5, the Western Village BIA, which is also stretches all the way from Church Street all the way to Sydney Belsier. This is huge BIA, Business Improvement Area, have organized a Winterfest. And thanks to also Audrey, who is the coordinator of the BIA. And they had the festivity right here on John Street at the Artscapes space there. And also tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday, they're going to have also vendors inside the Artscapes, and the outside, I'm going to be there. I was there also today, and it was excellent. I think also tomorrow a Santa will be there. So also join Santa there as well. Will be plenty of fun, folks. There was also one of the oldest police cars as well, and that's also a very rare. So come down there, and there's also a beautiful music as well with the DJ Mario will be there as well, and I'll join you there as well. So we'll be there, and my team will be there to also celebrate with you on the Winterfest. To also thank also the BIA, the Western Village BIA, that are working very hard because this year they are not going to have a Santa Parade, because Santa Parade brought in our community alone close to 20,000 spectators to the starting from church to Sydney Belsier. And that's exactly where the BIA organizes this, and that's where the BIA members' geographical location is, from Church Street all the way to Sydney Belsier. And but this year, it's not going to be a parade. So instead, they're going to have a celebration right here on the front of the Artscape and also on John Street. So where the farmers market used to be. So yeah, join and welcome, Muna, and join, and looking forward to seeing you then on tomorrow from noon, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, so join us that, and thanks to also Western Village BIA for organizing a Winterfest as well. And I've also met some of you Welcome. Thank you, Amuna, for joining Instagram, and also thank you to each and everyone who have joined this afternoon. I have been joining and speaking to you from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. to talk to you about what I have been doing this week, and also to share your comments and to hear also your concerns. I will be also joining you again next Friday from the same time, from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So, folks, I will be able to see you again next Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Well, until then, neighbors, friends, and brothers and sisters, if you want to contact me until before Friday 7 p.m., you can write to me fhassan-co @ndp.on.ca, or you can phone my constituency office if you need any support or services from provincial issues from 416-243-7984. Until then, folks, thank you and see you again next Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Until then, stay safe, wash your hands, practice social distancing, and wear your mask. Bye.